Hi, I'm Anna Roberts, bringing you a tech news, media, current affairs, I guess overall wrap-up with my good friend Harriet. Meet Harriet.
Hi everyone.
First things first, the Apple Keynote.
So iPhone 7 launch wasn't overly exciting for me.
Everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah, and I don't ever think there's a whole lot of changes. I think for someone that really enjoys the smartphone, they're excited about these changes, but for the everyday user, they don't really mind. You know, little changes and tweaks to the shape and iOS systems, it doesn't really change your daily experience.
I have been looking at getting an iPhone 6, insert different number and letter if you want to after that, and they said, wait, the people, the Google, said wait until the iPhone 7 comes out. So I did a little bit of research. They said there was going to be no headphone jack. There isn't a headphone jack.
Which I find irritating.
I just think these earbuds, you're going to lose them.
One clean, they're like at the bottom of the handbag, and two together.
A left and a right. What if you...
I kind of like it, it's something different, but is it really necessary? I don't think so.
Is the camera that much better?
Yeah, it will be. I mean, iPhones have always had a really good camera, and I think that people get confused because, you know, Android versus iPhones. I mean, a lot of the Android phones have much better cameras in terms of megapixels, but Apple's really refined what their cameras can do, so you still get a really good photo.
Next up on the agenda, Paralympics and wearable technology in general. And I'm stoked that the Paralympics are finally here. A lot of interesting advertising campaigns, Vogue Brazil, obviously, with their, I don't know, what were they thinking?
I don't know, I kept on looking at it today. I don't know why you digitally enhance people to have disabilities. I think that kind of, it moves past the point.
Technology, though, has come so far in the last 4 years.
Pushed by this kind of idea of wearable technology, which you're either really for or don't really understand.
So swimming caps apparently had some sort of GPS tracker in them, because normally when visually impaired swimmers get close to the end of the pool, their coach or their trainer of some sort would have a stick with a soft ball in it that they tap onto the water so that they're aware that they need to obviously stop swimming soon. But they've changed it now so that have these caps that vibrate. I don't know what the sensation would feel like.
Yeah.
It would be interesting, but for me, I mean, I'm a bit of an over-enthusiastic swimmer, so I sort of feel like I would get distracted and not be able to know. So I would be fascinated from a user perspective to see how all of this technology actually works. It's great on paper. And
then fiberglass being used for runners,
in terms of their 3D printing and fiberglass in terms of their prosthetic limbs.
I love the idea of 3D printing for prosthetics. I just think it's such a good use of technology. You know, there's such a wait list in places like the UK, and I'm sure it's the same in Australia and New Zealand, where people are waiting for prosthetics and you have to have a fitting, and people are like desperate to find alternatives to support them. So I love it. And
finally, we'll have a look at BuzzFeed, and I just brought the article up on my phone, but I'll put a link to all of the stuff below the video. Video at BuzzFeed already represents more than 50% of their total revenue, compared with 15% at the end of 2014. Huge. In the next 2 years, BuzzFeed expects the video will generate up to 75% of its advertising revenue, according to a person briefed on the company's operations. That's very specific. The move also reflects a broader shift at media companies that are increasingly turning to video and entertainment to lure, that sounds terrible, a younger generation and attract online advertising dollars.
What I think is nice about the BuzzFeed videos and the entertainment side of it is that a lot of the time you're kind of halfway through the video before you realise that it is promoting a brand or sponsoring a brand or talking about something specific, which is, I think, the key to getting younger people interested in. It's this kind of like, make it worthwhile. People don't mind watching an advertisement if it's entertaining. And a lot of, you know, let's be honest, a lot of advertisements aren't that entertaining. People younger than us, and we're not that old, you know, the teenagers now, they're so direct with what they have time for. You know, they will overlook ads and they'll overlook, you know, videos if it's not something of interest and if it's not something that has been recommended to them.
Absolutely.
And BuzzFeed is everywhere. That's the other thing that they've done really well. You know, on YouTube, they're prolific. The videos are everywhere. On Facebook, if you follow them, they're everywhere. You know, BuzzFeed has a really good social presence across like Twitter and Instagram, and I like that. I think that they've put the effort in, and that's what a lot of these other news sites haven't done.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. I really hope that you enjoyed our brief but wide roundup of tech, media, current affairs, news, sport,
high level chat.
High level chat.
Yeah.
We'll do this again, and hopefully you can join us for that as well.
Thanks. Bye.
Catch more on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Do you want to say it?
I'm Anna Roberts.
Yay.